Hello, hello, everyone. Another day. Another day. So bright. Hope everyone had a good day today. I always find it interesting how I feel in certain environments, in certain rooms or certain homes. It's like something can just hit you. All of a sudden, you're just like, wow, where did that come from? And then you can come into a different environment and same thing. It's like, wow, where did that feeling just come from? um, I worked on a couple pieces of the art on the cards today, which was nice. I didn't get to do very many, but I did do a couple. So I had them all separated out, and then, of course, I had to put them all back together again and shuffle them. So these have all been separated and reshuffled again. Where am I going to put these? So I will go ahead and do some splits and shuffles on camera just so everyone can see. I split it at the dodgeball. Somebody dodged something. What did they dodge? A unicorn dodged something. Somebody dodged some magic, maybe? Some mystical something, and a file. File. Like a nail file. You take shape, you shave it down, or you can file something with a certain agency if needed. A mystical, something that's mystical or a mystery. Something that was called one thing, but it could be actually another. Biblically speaking, the unicorn was referencing a single-horned rhinoceros. So how we got from rhinoceros to a beautiful horse with a horn, I do not know. I don't know. Maybe that's what was filed. Some kind of situation someone doesn't know. Less than? Less than what? Making a deal with the devil. A lock? Next lifetime. Everything you own is in the box. Moving. Someone needs to leave. Something's locked at the egg. And then I just saw the storage unit here. I don't know where the oh, maybe I thought that was the storage, the egg. Blocking an opportunity. Making a deal with the devil and the owl who's not saying anything. And we're dodging that into a sanctuary. Maybe someone's not going to have to move when they thought they were going to have to move. The situation's transforming. It's taking another direction with the butterfly. A fairy tale ending. The fairy tale is locked. The fairy tale is on lockdown. The unicorn's on lockdown. We've got the busy bee coming out again. See what I mean? I'm just hit all of a sudden. I'm just so tired. My eyes are super heavy. We've got the pelican there, extinct almost twice. And someone coming back from that. We've got the creeper. The creeper will use someone else to raise their kids. And those branches that come off of those plants, those are also called creepers. They also use the wall in order to grab a hold so that they can hold on to and extend their reach. So the creeper is basically a user card. And then we've got this Persephone person, which is backwards. Persephone was someone who was taken from her family, and she was forced to be married to the king of the underworld, believe it or not. So there's someone who's being forced into a situation, maybe a fake marriage of some sort, and she's being forced or coerced into it. Maybe she's married to someone and she doesn't know she's married to someone. I don't know how these got upside down, but I guess it doesn't really matter. So maybe there's something going on that someone doesn't know that it's going on, and they probably should know it's going on because it's kind of important. I mean, especially when we have that lock and that unicorn showing up. Okay. Back of the deck, we have if the shoe fits. I'm going to have to move that over, I guess, or make it larger. If the shoe fits. Okay. If what is said is exactly how it is, a Cinderella story, sizing someone up, and owning authenticity. Split of the deck cards. We've got two. The world is your oyster, and drain. Someone might be trying to drain someone's opportunities, or even having any kind of multiple opportunities. Maybe trying to drain someone's perspective on the fact that maybe those opportunities are even there. They don't want someone to think that they have anywhere that they can go due to the past. Maybe someone thinks that they don't have anywhere to go because of the past. Well, if every day you work towards something, then you've got somewhere and opportunities to go to, right? But I guess if the shoe fits, maybe someone never even cultivated any kind of opportunities, because maybe they're too old now. The salt and pepper shakers with the salt and pepper hair. Or maybe it's, as I was talking about the other times with the interview situation, where somebody just made assumptions and kind of ruined their chances. And I'm saying salt and pepper because maybe you're too old, because I am of that age, and it's hard to get hired anywhere when you have salt and pepper hair. At least it has been for me. We've got the butterfly showing itself again. Been through a lot of trials and tribulations, and now they've expanded and grown into being the type of person that's just above it all. They're just over it. They just flutter around. They've already gone through all the hardship, and they've gone through their transformations, and they're just, not speaking caterpillar anymore. They have no need. And of course, the caterpillars are looking at the butterfly with kind of like envy, because it's like, I want to be a butterfly too. Well, go ahead and do the work and be a butterfly. The opportunity is available to whoever wants to do the work. We've got a whistle here, a journey, an illusion, a warning label, dress up, and interesting. So we've got this whistle. Someone's calling a foul out on somebody, or someone is trying to alert someone to the journey. Maybe there's an illusionary journey. There's a bear here who is on the puppet master's strings. This bear looks pretty cute and cuddly, if you ask me, but it's being completely controlled. We've got the warning label. So we're being warned of this illusion, number one. And number two, considering we have dress up on the other side of warning label with the illusion there in the beginning. And then we've got the vitamins, the nutritions, and the essential oils dressing up the vitamins and nutrition and the essential oils, dressing it up. Maybe someone's using those kinds of things in order to, I mean, if we're going to go with drain and everything like that, and the salt and pepper is a seasoning as well, it's like something that you're adding to something. So someone is dressing up something that they're adding to something. So maybe if someone is putting something in someone's environment that make them all of a sudden sleepy, right? Because the elephant's in the room. So it has to do with someone's room. The supplements that are being used, maybe they're being put into someone's shoes, even. We've got a tractor here, plowing the fields. Destroying the land, destroying the foundations. I mean, they have to kind of till the soil, right? What are they juggling? The ruler, juggling the measure, being measured, being compared, being calculated, being planned, juggling the plan of a prickly situation, of a dry situation. The mermaid, the boomerang. The elephant in the room is also trainable. You train the elephant, you put the chain around his leg, and then he still thinks he's stuck to that chair. I guess I'm kind of struggling with this right now. If anyone has any ideas, put it in the comments, please, even though I won't be able to see it, because I don't know why the comments would go away after a live. I don't understand that. So juggling a manager is juggling the journey. Maybe the whistle has to do with something about some farmland with the tractor, or someone's garden, or somebody's farming. Juggling the plan. Maybe there's some kind of farm that has to juggle the planning. Maybe the soil is drying out. There's no nutrients left in the soil. Someone could be trying to gauge someone's emotions, the mermaid's emotions. The mermaid has a vast ocean that they live in, right? And they're very comfortable in their emotions. They're very comfortable in the sea. They're very comfortable with large ships that come by. They have to be mindful of that, right? Something's coming back. What's coming back? We've got the tulips. Tulips are very delicate flowers. They get a lot of their support through the leaves that go around those stems. And once one of those stems get bent, it's really hard to save them. On the other end of those, though, you also have the bulbs. They are grown from bulbs, so they grow from the bulb. And once the flower is done being the flower, you let the bulb rest, and then you can use the bulb again next year. So it's an annual. You can regrow from nothing. So maybe this mermaid was completely just left out in the desert, like my little icon photo for the group, for the YouTube channel. This mermaid is completely left out in the desert. Nobody gives a darn about this mermaid. They just leave her out there to dry. But she's coming back again. She's able to return. Perhaps all the things that somebody has done to this mermaid is all coming back. What you put out comes back, right? Now, either this mermaid has had support in trying to get back to getting back from this desert, or she's going to need support, or she doesn't need support because she's got it within herself, just like those bulbs have it within themselves to regenerate themselves after a period of being dried out, right? We've got the turtle carrying his home on his back with the evidence of everything that's gone through. We've got the potatoes with the roots. At the root of the matter. Interesting that we've got the tractor with the potato. Potato. Doesn't matter how you say it, right? It means the same thing. Someone could be trying to dress a situation up as something. We've got brackets to categorize, to enclose. Similar situation or roots. Maybe someone tried to enclose somebody's root chakras. We've got the cabin or the lodge. We've got the fellowship, so it's definitely a lodge. And some kind of spiritual fellowship. Yeah, that's a lodge, right? That would be our, those people. We've got the scroll. If you're scrolling on your social media, you're wasting time, a distraction, avoidance, an idle brain, ancient way to read communications, long roll of paper, parchment material. So there could be some kind of lodge spiritual fellowship that is scrolling through on social media. Someone could be trying to distract or deter someone from even posting on social media, trying to take away their support. Maybe they're trying to bury them and they're trying to make them homeless and have to carry their stuff on their back so they don't have a home. You've got a battery. How long are they going to keep that up? Got a peacock. They're arrogant. They're strutting their stuff. They're parading the fact that they're doing this to a black sheep. They're isolating this person, and they've been bragging about it. How they left this person out just to dry. Isolated them and kicked them out the barn, and they just accused them, and they used them as a scapegoat. We've got jerky here, someone who was a real jerk to do that. Also, another dehydrated. Jerky is meat that has been dehydrated. So they're seriously trying to dry someone out. Tough, difficult to chew on, dried out, snack, not a meal, backpacking, hiker, quick bite, dehydrated. Well, it's the same thing. Quick fix, nourishment. So apparently the lodge needs a quick fix. A statue, the liberty, pursuit of happiness. isolation and drying them out and limiting their ability to even have a pursuit of happiness. I really wish this whole energy thing would just change. We've got a roller skate. Again with the scapegoat. If I get a goat, I'm just going to be like, wow, really? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? They've identified the scapegoat. Toe tag, that's identification. And then we've got the goat, the greatest of all time, underneath this stupid peacock. They're calling a foul out on this farmland, this home farm. It's a house on the farm. And they're bragging about the fact. And they're using someone else as a scapegoat. Or they've identified the goat, perhaps. We've got the ladder. Someone was doing this to climb the ladder of the lodge and the spiritual fellowship groups. Trying to wind someone up. They're trying to wind up the black sheep. Trying to make them sick. But the universe is in control, folks. This was our overall energy, I think just a story or two ago. The universe is still in control of things. People are trying to say that they don't see anything. They don't see anything, they don't hear anything, and they definitely haven't said anything. They want no part of it. They're trying to disguise themselves. They're trying to just enunciate the best parts of themselves with something. It's really frustrating when people are like, oh, if you talk about the negative stuff that's going on in the world, then you're just going to bring it to your doorstep. That's not the case, folks. Because that's like an old mentality. The longer that you just don't say anything about it, the longer it just goes ahead and is able to go on behind the scenes. Don't you ever consider the fact that maybe things that people say you shouldn't do as far as things like that? They have an ulterior motive for that. Anytime someone speaks negatively about something or causes shame about something or causes some kind of hush-hush about something, that should be the first red flag. Because if a person can't live authentically, transparently, and openly about whatever it is that they're doing or not doing, there's something wrong there, and it should be questioned. I mean, like, literally, I read an article somewhere, and it said that you're not even supposed to wash that, and it's going to make sense here for a second, or not make sense here, like, why are you saying this left field? But I read an article about jeans that you can wear your jeans probably like, I think it literally said something like 200 times before it's necessary for you to even wash them. I mean, granted, it depends on if you're working on a farm or a tractor or whatnot, or if you're just kind of wearing them around casually. I mean, that's the kind of substance that the material is meant to be, so you don't have to continually wash them. And quite honestly, I've worn my same pair of jeans almost every single day this last week. Trust me, I've got plenty of pants in there to choose from, and I've got plenty of pair of jeans that I could wear. But I've been wearing the same pair of jeans for the last week. And is there any shame in that? It shouldn't be. If they're not dirty, why can't I wear them? How are they dirty from me from walking from the car to a grocery store to the car again? How are they getting dirty? So I wear them. It's not like I'm wearing them without any undergarments on, right? I mean, even that fluctuates for different people, whether, everybody's made differently. But my point is, if someone is trying to make you not say something, you have to question why. I have this horrible, horrible trait. It's like sometimes I'll say too much. Like, for instance, someone's going to, let's just say someone's taking someone on a surprise. And the surprise is meant to not be spoken about until you arrive at the surprise place. And me, duh, after I've already been told, oh, it's a surprise, we're not going to say where we're going until we get there, I say, accidentally, well, have fun at the show. I hope you enjoy the show. Luckily, the person was distracted enough that they didn't realize that I had mentioned exactly where they were going. I can't even tell a joke without trying to tell you, oh, I'm just kidding. Before you figured out what I had even said as the punchline. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So I guess the reason why I'm hammering on that is because when people just turn a blind eye to things, or they act like they haven't heard something, or they act like someone hasn't said what it was that they said, and they don't question that individual about it, like, why would you say something like that? It's really here I go getting choked up again. It's really what's wrong with the world. Now, I'm not talking about being gossipy and spreading lies and, if you don't have your facts in order, if you don't know for certain, then maybe you don't want to, because you could cause a whole lot of problems for someone if you're not being accurate and you're not knowing exactly what it is that you're talking about. Sometimes you don't want to say anything until you know for certain, but then there's times when you never will know for certain. So then what do you do? But someone's making something up, living in peace. I guess when you just turn a blind eye and you don't listen to it and you don't speak on it, maybe that's some people's way of living in peace. If I don't acknowledge that it exists, maybe I can still live in peace. But your body still knows, your subconscious still knows what it knows. And you can't put any makeup on that to cover up that fact. So these came out together, right? Under the roller skate. Someone thinks that that's going to be easier, just not to say anything. The nutrition and the boomerang and the scroll is coming back. Scrolling on the internet, it's coming back to maybe the healthy frame of mind. Maybe someone was trying to give some kind of illusion that someone was just dressing up this whole healthy lifestyle. But I do have to say, since there is the warning label, that there could be some kind of warning label about some kind of nutrition or supplements or something. Always do your research on that, folks. Just don't go into something trying to transform yourself and realizing that, you know what, you should have did your research, because there's some kind of supplements and essential oils and stuff that are not good for certain people or certain animals or certain ailments that someone might be going through. So just be mindful to do your research on those. Our brackets is in the center of the read. Categorizing and enclosing someone. Information not essential to the main point. Information separated from the context and similar situation or limits. Info separated from context is kind of what I'm thinking here. Like maybe there's some information that wasn't mentioned that should have been mentioned. Like all of the details of the story weren't given. The goat is also my Capricorn card. Do I have any other signs on here? I don't think so. Someone was trying to make it up the ladder or reach a different height by juggling their journey at the root and parading it around. The root of the problem. They were the root of the problem. And they were so proud of themselves. We have Persephone coming out again, the one that was the person that was taken over and she was made to be married to the underworld. A negative person, a negative entity, a negative situation. So somebody was made to be a part of something that she did not want to be a part of. She was made to be married. She didn't know she was married. She didn't know she was even a part of something. She was literally, her own free will was literally taken from her. I just learned about that character probably in the last week. I didn't even know they existed. Hades, queen of the underworld, was kidnapped by Hades. I'm rubber, you're glue, what you say bounces off and sticks to you. Kind of goes with that whole boomerang thing, right? And then we've got Pinocchio here. I need to change the little hat. We have the Pinocchio, someone who tells a lot of lies. Maybe whoever took this person is the one that's spreading these, I was going to say weird comments about someone and telling lies about someone. They're trying to reach some kind of goal. They've got a garden. They were spreading lies about someone and saying that they were probably promiscuous. This is the garden. I added the garden tools there. Then we've got all the fruits and the veggies and the wheelbarrow. They're probably trying to say that someone, like whoever wanted to, could go ahead and wheelbarrow this person, considering we've got that tractor there plowing the fields. And then we've got an oil change. There's holes in their story. They're trash talking about this sweetheart. It's funny that these three came out together in the other read, but these were all completely separated together. Sorry, guys, I'm really getting tired. We've got poison coming out again with that warning label, so please be mindful of what you're ingesting. Like literally, this could be also a pirate. Someone could be pirating somebody's decision. And then, of course, since we're back with the karma again, we've got the karma here, and that goes back with that whole boomerang also. And then we've got the Sagittarius, which is our archery card. Someone was made to be a target because of past life. I don't know how I'm going to make a picture for past life. I have no idea. And that's a whole crock. Because there's spiritual protection here, this person is going to be made to move. They'll probably be brought back into isolation again. They're taking this mermaid out of her big world and they're going to be taking her and putting her in a smaller world. They're going to limit her movement. She's going to be taken care of, but she's not going to be able to move around too much. Maybe she has to downsize. And this is going to drive her nuts. But it's just for a moment, right? You don't wear a top hat forever. You just wear it for special occasions. So it might drive this person nuts to have to be in such a small space, but it's just temporary. Right? It's just important to be a little bit conservative at the moment because of this restaurant. situation that is definitely just rolled out of control. With that being said, folks, I guess we'll do these little cards and then I'm gonna get going. I gotta still take a walk. We've got change. There is no change at the moment. We've got this dragon that we're fighting, and we've got memories. We've got fate upside down, so it's more like destiny. It's not fate. It's kind of like it's planned. It's more like destiny. It's not fated. Hey Google, is there a difference between the word fate and destiny?
While often used interchangeably, there's a subtle distinction. Fate is commonly seen as an inevitable, often impersonal outcome that's fixed, while destiny suggests a more purposeful, forward-looking path, or a sense of meant to be that you can actively shape.
Hey Google, can you repeat the meaning of fate?
Fate is defined as an inevitable, impersonal outcome or course of events that is considered fixed and beyond one's control.
Okay, so in this case, this is within somebody's control. The draining of those oysters, all those opportunities, and the world is your oyster, that is under someone's control. This is not fate. Think back perhaps to the past life that we had on here. Think back about all the other times that you've perhaps been in this situation, fighting this dragon, feeling like there's no change. But just like the butterfly, there is change. You just have to put the work in. You just have to do your part. Create. Time is upside down. No time. Magic is upside down. Root is upside down. So they were doing root magic, but no more. They can't do the root magic anymore. They were doing root magic over here, but now they're not able to do the root magic. They're out of time. We've got box there. We've got tech upside down. They're no longer able to get in the tech, but they're trying to put someone in a box. In the box with the dragon. And that's all I'm going to say now because I'm tired, and I hope you have a great day, a great rest if you're still up right now. I want to say thank you for being here. Take care. Where are you? I can't find the little X to turn it off.